That they're stuck in a Syrian refugee camp is none of their faults. But the case of these 4 brothers and sisters who we're not identifying might be evidence that the government is now answering an enduring question: what to do about the surviving British children of Islamic State group.
I've got kids. I had 5 kids. 1 died in Bakus, and I have only 4.
Their father is Shahan Chowdhury, a former gravedigger in the ISIS caliphate who was arrested when it fell. He's now in a Syrian prison where he spoke to ITV News last year.
I'm in a prison, underground prison, where I don't see no sunlight or anything. So I don't know whether it's day or night. I don't know.
And this is the children's mother, Mahak Aslam, who's now living in a camp nearby. The Foreign Office has written to her family in London saying it might be able to repatriate her children if she agrees and accepts she won't be able to make that trip herself. The letter says the government is sympathetic to the situation of those children who, through the decisions of their parents, find themselves in camps in northeast Syria. But in what indicates a change in tone from the government, it says if the children's mother were to make a fresh request for her children to be repatriated without her, we would urgently investigate the practicalities of doing so.
They're willing to help the kids, but they can't do nothing for the parents.
For their uncle, Shahan Chowdhury's brother, it presents a moral dilemma. He first sought help after seeing the ITV News interview last year. And the children's maternal grandfather told me, although he hopes his daughter can return, his grandchildren are his priority.
I know it's going to be hard for her, being separated from the children. Any mother, no matter what circumstances they are, to separate their children is a very hard thing for mother especially. But I hope she will see the right side and realize that this is the best interest of children. I miss the eldest one most. She was my first grandchild.
And she passed away in Syria?
She passed away. I find it very hard to accept this. And for that I'm angry. I'm angry with my daughter and my son-in-law.
The government revealed in November that a small number of British orphans would be brought back to the UK, but charities say around 60 remain in the camps of Syria, most still with their parents. The UN says a total of 650 children from 17 countries, including Germany, France and Belgium, have been returned home. But that's only a small proportion of the 9,500 left in the camps.
Getting a message.
Chowdhury's brother says he was sucked into extremism during 18 months spent in Belmarsh prison before he was acquitted.
I blame the prison experience because if he never got banged up in prison, then I don't think he will be where he is now.
For the 4 children's grandfather, the fight to rescue them began long before they left for Syria, before ISIS, as their parents prepared to marry in London, when a sudden radical influence on their family was the hate preacher Anjem Chowdhury.
Shortly after that I got a phone call from Anjem Chowdhury, which was another surprise. And he's saying same thing, that I should come and give her daughter away and she wants to get married. And I said to him, look, I don't agree to all this, so I suggest you put her on the right path and send her home.
The Foreign Office says every request for assistance is considered case by case, but this case represents a change in the tone, or even the approach, though the government will now be accused of separating British children from their parents.